There is one, the most effective thing I've ever seen that doesn't involve any, I hate to use the word drug. It's such a stupid word, and it's not appropriate to talk about psychedelics at all. But the thing that uses just our body is this thing called neurogenic tremors. And if you look at a mammal, the average mammal is programmed, all mammals are programmed to go through this tremoring process. So when a squirrel or a fox or a impala or a tiger or polar bear goes through some kind of traumatic experience, let's say they're drinking water at some watering hole, crocodile bites them in the neck, and they survive, they don't go back to their little tribe area or their den and like curl up under a tree for weeks at a time. And why don't we have that? Why don't we have psychogenic trauma in animals? And one thing that this guy who did the research on this, his name is Dr. David Berceli, brilliant guy. He was a trauma surgeon. But he noticed that after these animals had this trauma experience, they go into this state that looks like the body is vibrating or shaking, almost like it looks kind of like a seizure. And you can even ask, if you know a police officer, you can ask a cop. They roll up on a car accident and there's an infant in the back seat in a stroller or not a stroller, like a car seat, and they survived. Their body goes into the shaking response. But think about this for a second. Throughout your life, like if you get into something that's super heavy, traumatic, or stressful, and your hands are shaking, like let's say you're trying to maybe dial 911, and what's the first thing people say when their hands are shaking? They say, I can't stop shaking, because we develop this instinct to suppress these tremors. And we all have the instinct to go into these tremors, but we have this instinct, like if I lay on the ground and shiver and shake around, that is going to make me look sick. It's going to look like a seizure. Because what are people going to do if you're going into this tremor state? They're going to try to stop you as soon as possible. They will lay you down, tell you to stop, tell you everything's okay. So it's socially weird for us to do that. So we suppress this. But the cool thing is, you're not going to see a fox or a monkey or a squirrel with depression. You're not going to see it. And the one thing that we really suppress that they don't is this tremor response. And Dr. Berceli's work he has named these tremors himself, but his system is called trauma release exercises, and it's free. You can watch it on YouTube. You can learn about it. And the cool thing is, it's not like you have to learn how to do it. It's built into your nervous system to handle this trauma response. The thing that takes time to learn is how to stop suppressing it, how to kind of take your finger off of that kill switch and let that stuff start coming out. And the really fascinating thing about it is that it's mostly just brainstem and spinal cord. You can have a full conversation while your body's going into this stuff. You look this up on YouTube separately, but you can watch TV, you can read a book, you can listen to an audiobook. You do not need to be consciously involved in the process. So the body really knows how to fix itself. And I've seen this. It's so popular and so effective that it was mandatory for us to go through some of this training coming back from a deployment overseas. And it changed my life. The first time I ever did it, it was life-changing. And it takes you maybe 30 or 45 minutes to find your way into this tremor state. But once you do it one time, you can come back to those tremors very easily within like 5 seconds for the rest of your life.
That's fascinating. That's wild.
It's cool. And when you walk somebody through it, the first phase that we go through is called the ego phase, because I'm starting to do these tremors. I might be laying down, and we'll put somebody in a stress position for a minute to kind of induce the muscle tremors, so that you're saying, yes, I want this. So you're teaching the brainstem that it's okay. You're kind of giving the brainstem permission to do what it's been not allowed to do for a very long time. But the ego phase is what prevents us from really doing it. And that's what takes the time, is going through that ego phase of, it's okay for me to do this, and I want this to happen.